Learn how to create peace in chaos. Okay? You could be going through pure chaos right now, and God will provide peace. I wish someone would have told me this when I was standing. I wish someone would have told me this when I was living in a very dark mindset. Okay? I have learned that you could be living with a rebellious spouse. If they're in the house, if they're not in the house, you have to learn how to create peace. So let me tell you what that looks like. Creating peace it first starts with the mind. In your head, you have to understand that your spouse is not who he used to be. Cut the expectations, cut everything. Don't put your affections on him. If you know that he is rebellious, don't even expect him to show you love or I love you and all of that. He's not that person right now, okay? Whenever you don't have these expectations of him, guess what? You will begin to have expectations of God, and you will be able to get through this as easy as possible because God will teach you how to be at peace. How many times have you went through something very chaotic, but for some reason you just had a peace? Right? I know I can't be the only one that has experienced that, where it's like something just blew up in your face, but it's like you're not really moved by it, right? So I have an ebook called Restore Her Mending the Divide. It talks about coming out of separation, okay, in the process that God takes you through. And in the ebook, I give you the exact steps that God will use in order to take you out of separation and back into communication with your spouse, okay? So in that ebook, I actually teach you the ways that God speaks to you. And one of the ways in the book that God speaks to you is through peace, okay? So I wanted to make this video so that if you feel like you're losing your head right now, if you feel like, I can't take it anymore or anything like that, I want you to understand and learn how to create peace. Okay? Learn how to create peace in chaos. What does that look like? That looks like separating yourself from the circumstances of the situation. That means that you're going to give this to God and you're going to lay this down on the altar and you're going to go to the park. You're going to go out to eat. You're going to do whatever. You have to learn how to create peace in chaos, okay? Because at the end of the day, when you are facing a situation that you have no control over, you have no choice but to surrender it to God. And I have learned you have to make a decision. You're going to either sit and worry about it, or you're just going to say, well, God, I'm going to give this to you, and I'm probably going to just get me a cup of ice, or I'm probably just going to go for a walk, or I'm probably going to do something to create a peace, because your mental health matters, your emotional state matters, your state of being matters, okay? When you learn how to create peace, you cannot be controlled. The enemy can't control you. His biggest thing is to get you worked up so that you can respond in a way that gets in God's way, and now God has to fix what you did because of the way you responded. So the Bible tells us that we have to stay sober-minded. So staying sober-minded, where you're only listening to music that will feed your spirit, reading things that will feed your spirit. You have to protect your spirit at all times, especially if you are in a spiritual battle, okay? So learn how to create peace. Do not allow the situation to dictate you. I read the comments all the time, and it's like, I just want my man back. I want this and I want that. And it's because you made this man your happiness. And that is a very dangerous thing to do for your satisfaction, your existence, and your happiness in life to be dependent on if somebody is in your life or not. It's very dangerous, whether it's your husband or not, because at the end of the day, man will fail you. We are all flesh, all right? We will make mistakes. In fact, God told us in his word, leave room for one another's faults. That's how fragile we are when it comes to our own strength, because we all have weaknesses, and falling in our weaknesses might just break your heart or cause you to respond in a way that is normally not your character, okay? whether it's your spouse or you. And this is the truth, okay? So don't allow nothing to control you. Create a peace. Put some worship music on. Get in your word. Go for a drive. Go for a walk. Walk the dog. Take the kids out. You got to get your mind together. Because if your mind not together, then you can't show up. Okay, so you got to get your mind together. You got to get your head together. You got to get your thoughts together. And this needs to be a natural thing when you're going through anything, not just marriage restoration, financial situations, your health. You got to get your mind together, because if you can get your mind together, I promise you, God will do something. He will engage with you to show you, I got your back. Okay? I love you. I'll see you in the next video.